At this hour, I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. The congressional hearing delving into the assassination attempts on President Donald Trump erupted into a shouting match between acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe and Congressman Pat Fallon after the Republican from Texas ripped the agency's failures, Rowe's decision to wait days before visiting the Butler, Pennsylvania site, and accused Rowe of rubbing shoulders with Biden on 9/11 instead of standing near his detail. Watch.
Special agent in charge of the detail. Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you if you were the special agent in charge.
You are
don't try to bully me. Don't try to bully me. You know why you were there? Because you wanted to be visible, because you are auditioning for this job.
I was there to pay respect for a fallen member of this agency.
Governor Greg Abbott announcing that construction of the historic border wall in Zapata County continues, adding that the wall is an essential component of their mission to secure the border and protect the nation, emphasizing that Texas will use every tool and strategy to stop illegal migration. Meanwhile, over in Starr County, Texas Land Commissioner Don Buckingham giving an update on the border wall construction going up on state land, saying phenomenal progress is being made. Buckingham has offered the 1,400 newly acquired acres to President Donald Trump and border czar Tom Homan and any other state-owned land to help with their deportation plan. Homan recently toured the Lone Star State while on a helicopter ride with Governor Abbott, saying that Texas is a model for what border security should look like and a model that he plans to take across the country. Abbott reminding people that it's illegal to enter between ports of entry, saying if you do, we will arrest you, jail you, and deport you. Senator Tom Cotton has introduced a bill that would require the federal government to stop referring to Judea and Samaria as the West Bank, saying it's a slap in the face to historical truth, adding that it's time to call this region by its rightful name and stop playing into anti-Israel propaganda. The Arkansas Republican introduced the Recognizing Judea and Samaria Act, which would require all official U.S. documents and materials to use the historically accurate term, Judea and Samaria, instead of the West Bank. The bill would align U.S. policy language with the geographical and cultural significance of the region. Cotton asserting that, quote, the Jewish people's legal and historic rights to Judea and Samaria goes back thousands of years. The U.S. should stop using the politically charged term West Bank to refer to the biblical heartland of Israel. Lawmakers in Washington, D.C. say they are very impressed with Elon Musk's and Vivek Ramaswamy's plans to cut costs after the pair made a trip to Capitol Hill to lay out their DOGE framework during meetings with Republican senators. A 60-page cost-cutting proposal was unveiled during the meetings as the two successful businessmen were tapped to head up President Donald Trump's Department of Government Efficiency and have plans to dismantle the federal government. Trump tapped the duo to come up with ways to trim down the size of government, cut needless government programs, and slash unneeded federal regulations, all part of Trump's agenda for a second term at the White House. House Speaker Mike Johnson said there's going to be, quote, a lot of change in Washington.
We're all excited. I know you're all excited that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have joined us today. And let me be frank about this. Government is too big, it does too many things, and it does almost nothing well. And the taxpayers deserve better.
New details are emerging as law enforcement sources say that the man suspected of shooting Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, on Wednesday morning, traveled to New York last month on a Greyhound bus from Atlanta. The man then stayed at a hostel where he used a fake ID, paid in cash, and shared a room with two other men. During his stay there, surveillance video shows his face when he pulled down his mask and smiled at a female employee. Police are also honing in on the type of gun he used, saying it's a unique pistol that may be able to be tracked down. Experts say law enforcement can use evidence like the burner phone he dumped in an alley with a smudged fingerprint and his water bottle from Starbucks to piece together a timeline that could eventually lead to an arrest. 50-year-old Thompson was gunned down in Midtown Manhattan as he was walking to a conference at a hotel shortly before 7 a.m. President Donald Trump accepted the Patriot of the Year award during Fox Nation's annual Patriot Awards. Over the past year, Trump has had to endure a series of legal battles. He has survived 2 assassination attempts and ran a historic campaign that earned him both the Electoral College and popular vote, putting him back in the White House for a second term.
We're going to get things straightened out in this country, including elections. We've got to get the elections This one was too big to rig, you know, it was too big to rig. We want to have paper ballots, one-day voting, voter ID, and proof of citizenship, a little thing. First thing we have to do is get the criminals out of our country. They've allowed 21 million people into our country coming through open borders from many, many countries. They came from jails, they came from mental institutions, insane asylums even, and we're going to have to get them out.
That's what you need to know at this hour. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo, Salem News Channel.